How soon the world forgets.
Welcome to content creator TheQuartering's channel.
It's the incredible positive influence that Jordan Peterson had on young men across the world. The fact that he has been battling numerous illnesses, to me,
God's not real.
the loss of his voice has been massive.
Oh.
I didn't agree with a lot of his positions about quote unquote anonymous internet demons and, you know, whatever he would call them.
What?
You know, his kind of leaning towards kind of stricter speech laws, things like that. He would kind of waver into that, but I think this guy was basically constantly under attack, and certainly
And he didn't want people to be able to say bad stuff about him, and you can understand that too, right, Quartering? Right, Jeremy?
As someone who's dealt with waves of online anons trying to make their life a living nightmare.
They're trying to make your life a living nightmare. I don't know, man. I feel like he sort of breeds this reaction from people.
I think it's worth pointing out that losing Jordan Peterson's voice as like a regular voice in the community has left a hole that unfortunately has been replaced by people like Clavicular and these looks maxers. Jordan Peterson is a positive influence on young men.
Jordan Peterson is a positive influence on young men, and that's why all the young men that are coming up right now are not watching or anything like Jordan Peterson, but instead they like an insecure kid like Clavicular. And I think to some extent there's like a torture porn in it because they know his life kind of sucks, but also they're like idealizing him in a way, and they kind of know it's destructive, and that's the point for a lot of these live streamers.
Without his consistent voice, horrible influences on young men have taken his spot. And there are weird people celebrating this and using his health conditions as an I told you so.
For like the all meat diet or whatever. What it proves is that Jordan Peterson and his lifestyle didn't lead to longevity or happiness. That's for sure, not for himself. Take that from it what you will.
Jordan Peterson's daughter revealed on Friday that he's battling a serious neurological injury as she reveals a year from heck.
A year from heck? Oh my God. I don't want any crazy free speech laws or whatever. But just say words then, man. Be the change you want to see in the world.
Controversial psychologist Jordan Peterson is dealing with a serious health condition involving a neurological injury and symptoms of I don't know how to say this, ascasia?
Ascasia? Akathisia?
Now, when I looked up what that even is, I had to look up what that was, and for whatever reason, I closed the window. It is a movement disorder characterized by a subjective feeling of inner restlessness, accompanied by mental distress and or an inability to sit still. Usually, the legs are most prominently affected. Those affected may fidget, roll back and forth, or pace, while some may have general uneasiness feeling in their bodies. The most severe cases result in poor adherence to medications, exacerbated.
It is tough to watch a Quartering reading the screen video.
Exacerbation of psychiatric symptoms, which he is battling. And because of this, aggression, violence, or thoughts of self-deletion. It's also associated with threatening behavior, physical aggression in mentally disordered patients. Attempts to find potential links between this.
He does this a lot too, where the stuff on his screen will not actually be on the screen because of how this is cropped.
There's medications for it, particularly the first generation of antipsychotics are leading cause. Other agents commonly responsible for this side effect may also include SSRIs. These are a side effect of all of whatever other medications that he was on.
The benzos?
We know.
Do you mean the drug addiction?
That he dealt with a benzo addiction in 2019.
Dude, he was no angel. He should be choked in the streets, right? For being a criminal drug addict? I thought that was what we did now.
Ended up checking into rehab. A lot of people had a lot of things to say about what he was doing for his health, whether it was, it was kind of like
he did tell Joe Rogan it was apple juice, sulfates in the apples.
Is off, kind of like an off the book's kind of treatment plan. People had a lot to say about that.
Dude, I could tell that's Jordan Peterson's forehead from here.
This comes after she announced late last August that the Canadian author and commentator was diagnosed with chronic inflammatory response syndrome and immune system dysfunction. Previously, Peterson was checked into rehab for benzo addictions in 2019. Talking on X Sunday, Michaela, who co-hosts Peterson's YouTube call-in show Answer the Call for conservative media outlet Daily Wire, said her father has had a terrible year.
Dude, Daily Wire is hemorrhaging talent. Yeah, so is TPUSA. What's happening, man?
Every day for the
What's happening?
last year has been terrible, she said in a teary video uploaded to social media. I've cried every single day. Michaela, who is currently 25 weeks pregnant, wrote alongside the video, we figured out that dad has a psych med-induced neurological injury and has been suffering from ascasia. I'm probably mispronouncing that. She noted that it's been 6 years since her father has taken any psychiatric medications, but mold flared up his system over the recent months, leading to sepsis. She believes stress from the death of both of his parents, as well as selling his home, also contributed to his worsening symptoms. Last summer, his symptoms started after a flare-up likely introduced by mold and stress. It was complicated by pneumonia and associated sepsis a month later. It's been horrible. Michaela also said her father's condition...
There's something about how like Jordan Peterson and then his family talk about this kind of stuff, where it's like so tragedy porn coded. Like, you know, people in your life where you're like, oh, this is going on and this is going on for me, and yeah, this is also my injury and I've got this medical problem too. People do that a lot, and it's not always when they actually have it going on, right? It's just like they want you to know that that's happening. Like, it's not a genuine like thing, and even when it is. So when it is, it comes across as crazy. But then earlier, he's always talking about how the apple juice made him sick and shit. He's always so infirm. Like, I don't. Where does this come from?
It's the worst thing I've ever seen anyone go through. It's catastrophic, she said. Michaela noted that
it's the worst thing that anyone can go through. Really? I'm sure it's bad and uncomfortable. Is it the worst thing?
Won't be posting on social media until her father's situation improves. I don't plan on making another update about my dad. It stresses my family out and myself, and there's nothing more to say about it until things get better. I will be jumping up and down about psych med injury awareness from now on, as it's impacted my health as well, and his devastating prayers are still appreciated.
My health has been infected as well. Oh, no. Me too. I'm also dealing with a similar but different thing.
In August, Michaela announced her father's CIRS diagnosis in a social media post.
Psych med injury awareness.
He was diagnosed with CIRS due to genetic predisposition that causes the immune system to have an inability to identify and detoxify mold and or bacteria in indoor air. The genetic predisposition is not that rare. It's about...
Are we a pro healthcare for all? No, but they're rich. They should have it.
25% of people, but he has a severe version. At the time, she noted he was feeling the impact of CRS more and more over the last 12 months. Recently, he was exposed to a particularly moldy environment while helping clean out my grandfather's house after he passed away, which severely flared symptoms.
To be crystal clear,
it isn't about ascasia or medication.
Ascasia. How are we getting to ascasia?
He's not on any medication. It's an immune system dysfunction. Now, maybe that was a result of like the benzos and things like that. I don't know. It's difficult to know for sure. Peterson and his daughter had previously raised eyebrows for the promotion of the carnivore diet, dining exclusively on beef with salt and soda water. Just like the medical system didn't recognize ketogenic diets as a treatment for mental disorders 10 years ago, and still most doctors don't, Michaela said. Just like psych med withdrawal wasn't recognized 5 years ago, and still most doctors don't recognize it, this indoor air quality problem that causes chronic inflammatory response syndrome will be commonly diagnosed in the next 5 to 10 years. I'm positive about that.
It's got to be like some sort of like idea of divine protectedness where it can't happen to me, dude. These are behaviors that could have been prevented. These are things that could have happened different. None of our choices, though. Certainly none of the evils we have pressed into our own minds by just constantly being negative all the time. Certainly none of that has a psychological effect long term.
OMG, Jordan Peterson is on his deathbed due to untreatable nerve damage caused by medication. That's not really what it said.
Is this the end? All these fucking vultures, dude. Look at how they crawl around looking for dead bodies. Is he dead?
You know, is this the end
love that
for
shit.
Dr. Jordan Peterson?
That's why TheQuartering has his crazy fucking thumbnail, which we must do better than now. Now it has to be even crazier. We have to put him in a casket.
In my experience, when people start having like all of these onslaught of health conditions, especially when they're older, you know, Jordan Peterson is not a young man. I went through this with my dad. You know, it was like he had congestive heart failure. He had whatever it is you get from smoking, not emphysema,
COPD,
but something like that. He had low lung capacity. Before he passed away, you know, doctors and basically everybody, you know, knew in my family, like it wasn't going to be the congestive heart failure that took him. It was going to be, or his COPD is what he had, COPD. It wasn't going to be the COPD that killed him. It was going to be him getting the flu. And that, you know, essentially in the end, every time he would get sick, he'd be in the hospital for like a month.
Yeah.
And his body's immune system just couldn't fight off the stuff that people, you know, that normal immune systems could fight off.
Damn, if you would have been a proponent for masking, your dad will still be with us.
I don't really know who this Orion McIntyre guy is. He works with the Blaze. I don't want to be like disparaging of him. He seems very popular.
I don't want to be disparaging of him because he seems very popular. I can't say what I just thought of in my head. I can't say it. But there's no point. There's no point to operate the world in this way.
He writes, Peterson's fall is tragic in every sense of the word. He appeared on the scene when I was dealing with the passing of my wife, and his work was part of getting me back on my feet.
Great.
But his inability to truly commit to the Christian belief he so venerated reflected a larger failure in his rationalistic attempt to engage with faith.
I love that he sat on the fence so much about this that he pleased nobody, and now people are talking about him while he's dying like this. Eat shit, Jordan. God damn.
His message of personal duty was powerful, but his insistence on ignoring wider systemic issues is oddly reflective of his personal struggles. Pray for Jordan, as he has helped many of us. For all of his faults, he deserves appreciation for what he's done. I guess maybe it's not as bad. I wouldn't call what's happening to him a quote-unquote fall. Someone said, are you seriously suggesting JBP is suffering because he hasn't expressed his faith publicly in the way that you demanded? Kicking a man while you're down. Again, like, that's how it reads to me. But I think...
Dude, the righties infighting constantly is a feast to behold with the eyes. It's nice.
Maybe he didn't mean it that way.
They fight about nothing.
You know, perhaps this top thing, like Peterson's fall is tragic, cut that out, and all the rest of the stuff, it seems like a better post. But you see a lot of people weirdly, like, dunking on him. It's not even, like, just leftoids.
Just leftoids. You know? Yeah. I didn't make a post about this at all. I don't care.
It's weird.
He has me blocked anyway, so he wouldn't see my viral tweets.
People on the right. You know, I don't know what's wrong with Jordan Peterson, but Occam's razor this is nonsense, and he's back on benzos. By the way, benzos don't cause long-term neurological injury unless you OD and stop breathing, but they're very addictive, and it's easy to relapse. I don't think that's the case. To me, you know, Alex, I would disagree with this take.
But he's big and popular.
Viva writes, even if you're right, what's the difference would it make? Might do a little good to say, there, but for the grace of God do I, and then do a little prayer for Jordan. Michaela replies, did you even watch the video? I laid out exactly what's happening for morons like you in painful detail. How dare you?
How dare you?
And also, by the way, years of benzo use can cause significant long-lasting neurological problems, often referred to as benzo-induced neurological dysfunction.
Yeah, maybe he just did so many benzos that it fucked him up.
Why would
That's not what this guy's saying, who did too many benzos and is back on him. That's a little different. Maybe he's not even back on him, dude, because they're running out.
I know that Michaela, you know, doesn't really, you know, she has people, you know, she's got her critics. But you have Chris Martinson writing, has he considered not providing coverage for demons?
Who are the demons? Dude, the Christians are eating themselves.
What? Like, maybe we just remember, we look at where young men are right now and look at the loss of Jordan Peterson's voice over the past 10 years in any kind of prominent way And I think you can connect those two things. And I, for one, am praying for Jordan.
Good. Pray.
I
Pray
hope
right
that
now.
he comes
Tell us
out the
your
other
prayer.
side of this, and I hope he can begin to continue
Dear
to be a
Jesus.
good role model for young men.
Please stop doing your divine will and do instead the will of the people for Jordan Peterson. I know that you need another weird angel by your side named Jordan, but I just like the river, but I refuse to allow that. God, please change course.
Because they need it more than ever. I hope you were informed by this video, and if you were, please...
I was not, and that's way too loud. I'm not going to listen to the whole thing. Thank you. Thank you for that. Please fuck my wife, Jordan Peterson. It's a goddamn shame that Jordan Peterson is no longer here to fuck wives. What a damn shame, dude.